Мы видим себя.
Видите себя, да? Так, а вот так?
Ну, чат наш.
Супер, да, отлично. Итак, снова пробуем. Если вдруг что-то увидите на экране, там, где я, должно быть Dynamic Actions to Reinvent ISIC for Russia. Ладно, а вот так?
Да.
Ура! Ура! И мы начинаем с вами. Супер! Да, друзья, а для чего вообще нам нужна эта встреча? Все очень просто. Этот спейс у нас для того, чтобы убрать one-to-one консультации, потому что в целом вопросы очень похожи, и если вдруг во время этого чата я не отвечу на ваши вопросы или останутся какие-то вещи, которые вы захотите покрыть, вы можете мне написать их в WhatsApp, можете, желательно все-таки WhatsApp. Ну и да, есть еще ссылочка, я вам потом расширю презентацию, и вы сможете посмотреть пару документов по OD. Да, и что же такое OD вообще, в чем роль? Все очень просто, если смотреть на модель, вот, и разбирать идею, в принципе, organizational development. Для чего нам нужен organizational development? Для того, чтобы организация у нас росла, росла не на 10%, а росла больше, чем на 100%, да, и в этом случае, кроме просто роста, в России сейчас, в данный момент, нам еще нужна sustainability. Поэтому роль OD сейчас в ISIC в России — это рост и sustainability. Да. И по локальным комитетам у нас сейчас 17 локальных комитетов, точнее, не локальных комитетов, 17 entity, 15 локальных комитетов, 3 full member, 12 мемберов on alert, 3 expansion. У нас есть 2 региона, West и East. Do you see this? Guys?
Yes.
Amazing, cool. So, one more time, here we have model, OD model, which is based on context, which is based on what we want to see in the future of ISIC in Russia, and which is based on some theory of organizational development. So it's super simple. It shows us that, okay, we want to grow in products and we want to have operational results, but at the same time, we really want to have stability, right, and sustainability. That's why we have health indexes here, which will be TM and finance indicators. And based on operational results of local committee and health indexes, we are going to have clusters of LCs. Okay, so when we're going to have clusters of LCs, which will be 5 of them. Then we're going to have LC growth path for each LC to understand what is the best way for LC to be developed and to grow. And for sure to be sustainable as much as possible, because what we can see for now is that 1 year LC grows and then it drops, right? So that's why we want to, and then next slide, we want our LCs to be sustainable and to perform. As you can see, here's the line where LC should, on which LC should grow. Some LCs, as you can also see here, they are performing, but at the same time, they don't have enough people, they have debt, and they are not sustainable, and next year they're dropping. So the main issue is for sure to be more sustainable, and that's why we want all our MC services and growth path for such LCs to be focused on how to sustain. And for LCs that have people but do not have performance, for example, we'll have growth path that will show them how to perform better, and they will focus more on operations and operational strategy. And for those LCs that are performing and they have enough people and they do not have debt or they have sustainable situation with finance, the main role of MC will be here to ensure that these LCs are going to grow and to stay sustainable. Super simple. Okay, so and yeah, for now we don't have OD model, and OD model will be developed till the end of next week with all classifications, and implementation of OD model will happen right after presentation of OD model for LCs. And yeah, it will be with main focus will be OGV in this model. Yeah, so for sure, as fast as we have classification, I will share it with all applicants for you to know how is it happening. Cool. Going further, LC coaching. So one more time, here you can see MOS and KPIs for LC coaching right now. MC in ISIC and Russia are coaches at the same time. Yeah, and I will share with you PPT so you can check this slide one more time. Yeah, then we can go next. Internal communication. So basically, internal communication is one of the way how we can implement our OD model. But before we had OD model, so the main objective of internal com was to align all communication channels. But yeah, one more time, when we are going to have at the time we will implement our OD model, then objective will be to ensure the needed percentage of implementation of this model. So it will be basically summer peak campaign and 10 LCs that are completing it. Yeah, and KPIs one more time you can check in my presentation. Cool. And membership subcommittee. For now, OD is working with membership subcommittee, and the main role of it is to ensure the number of full members and in future associated members. And KPIs is working with OD, bi-weekly chats and meetings, plan of development tracking and support for LCs, and membership criteria involvement. So for now we have only full member, then we have member on alert, official initiative group and initiative group. And all of our criteria is like they are based mainly on LC to have like basics, right? To have strategy, to have finance, like to have budgeting, something like this. You can check, there are 14 of them. But what we want to have, like we want our criteria to be a driver for LCs and to be based also on OD model. So full member should be a role model for the entity. And for full members, for sure we need to have such things that will drive them to be there on this, to have this status. And associated member will appear. What does it mean? It means that we're going to have like medium LCs with medium results, but sustainable one that can have also voice and who can also vote and have some privilege. But for sure we want like most of our LCs to be associated members. And member on probation is this member that lost his status, but he has like 3 or 6 months to return the previous status based on the criteria which will be put by which will be put, okay. And official initiative group, it will be the same, and initiative group also the same. It is connected with expansions that we are going to have. Yeah. And also speaking about expansions, I think like you will ask me about it. Speaking about expansions, for now we have separate MC member who is responsible for it. But previously I also worked with the expansion, so you can ask questions related to it later. Yeah. OD 1718, one more time, initiatives and main stakeholders. So initiatives for now, like the main priority for me is OD model development and OD model implementation. Then I have such things like basic one, which is like really also important for implementation. It's network and management team management, LC visits, planning creation, it means like I'm creating all tools, I'm creating all processes of LC visits, and management of LC coaches. Then we have membership model change, leadership body recruitment and education, and conference management. And main stakeholders for now are MCP, MCVP operations, management team, LCPs, membership subcommittee, networking management team, and TM. Why TM? TM is because like it was one of the main things till the middle of our term to build the core, to build the basics in the entity, which is super connected with membership. And still till now we're working on membership experience, so that's why I have TM as main stakeholder here. Yeah, and about OD 1819, this is what I see like for next term. For sure, OD model continue of implementation, upgrade tiers by numbers. It's also connected with the OD model. Don't be scared here. Yeah, and entities double growth by summer peak 19. It's also super connected with OD model implementation. But for sure, it super depends on your strategy and yeah, context that we will have after summer peak. That's why I'm just putting this because it's super logical, but at the same time, for sure, you need to check the context that will be 6 months later, right? And for sure, the direction that you will choose together with national team. Cool. And now I'm going to have question time, so you can ask me whatever you want. Connect it with OD. Yep. Okay, guys. Do you hear me? Maybe.
Oksana, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Hello, Tonya.
Lovely to hear your voice. I'm so happy. So, thank you. Really, I think that's a huge job you are doing. I have a question. So you told about differences between ELSEs, like they are in some different clusters in your model, right? They are all in different condition, and you somehow will allocate them to these clusters. So I'm wondering, what is the difference between marketing strategy or whatever strategy they are going to have, like being allocated to these clusters?
Okay,
Get my question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I will be back. Yeah, cool. So about clusters, basically, again, the division of services and division of you asked about market, right? So if we're speaking about cluster number 5, which is like basically not more than 30 exchanges per year, then for sure they will have just basic things to build brand inside the city. So yeah, it will be GD for marketing teams, it will be GD and structure inside the LC, which will support just 30 exchanges to be happen. And if we're speaking about growing of LC, for example, cluster number 3, there will be not only one focus product, but there will be two products. So in this cluster, for sure, LCP should know like, okay, I have 2 different products, so how I can cover market for them. That's why it will be simply division of the market for each product. And JDN structure also, it will be different from the cluster number 5. So all these things, they will be just basics that should happen in LC. I mean, it will be connected with structure inside the department. And for sure, if we are speaking about functions as OGV, IGV, I mean our products, here we are going also to have international relations. For example, for cluster number 5, you need to have only 1 or 2 strong, I mean even 1 strong cooperation to work with. And for cluster number 3, it will be a little bit different. So yeah, we need to look into this. And I can share with you some basics about growth path. I mean, I will send you the model of LC growth path, so you can also check all these things there.
All right, I have 2 more questions.
Mhm.
Thank you for the answer. So second question, have you already allocated LCs by your AD model, and like approximately how many LCs are in which cluster?
So allocation will happen this week. I see for now clusters only by products division, I mean results, and I'm gathering information about health indexes because really important point here is that LC will be allocated by the lowest indicator. It means that if you have 300 exchanges, but you have only, like 5 people, that means that you are going to be in the cluster number 4 or 5, because for us it means, looking on the history, it means that okay, you are growing, but next peak you will drop, and that's why we want to have this sustainability. So for now I cannot tell you the clear division, but it will happen only till the end of this week.
All right, even approximately, like
approximately only product based.
Exact number. No?
I can tell you about product based. Yes, I can.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, do you hear me, Tonya?
Yeah, now yes.
Yeah? Okay, so I can tell you about products, so without health indexes only.
Yeah, that's fine. Just something.
Okay. Yeah. So cluster number 5 is 3 LCs. I mean, I need to open my Google Drive, but okay. Number 4 is don't want to be mistaken, but yeah, it's 3. The same is with cluster 3. So it's 6 and then 4. Yeah, it's 4. For cluster number 2, by results, it's only 1, right? Yeah, I'm mistaken. So in cluster number 4 or 5, it's more. So in cluster number 3, it's 400, like 100%. It's not more than 4 LCs. In cluster number 2, it's only 1 LC. Yeah, and in cluster number 4 and 5, all others. Yeah.
Okay, and one more question. I'm so sorry for asking so much.
It's okay.
The question is, I know that like in iStick MC history, there were some attempts to create an OD model, but I've heard that you said that you are building it from the very beginning. So I'm wondering, aren't there any history of that? And really, nobody did it before?
Yeah, for sure. We had OD mod. I mean, we had models in OD. It was by Nastya Belaeva and Lorena, and yeah, for sure they had tiers also. They had everything, but the change that we have, it's basically connected with context. I mean, I'm not doing from the scratch, right? I'm just trying to get GCPs out of each model. For example, clusters and tiers and health, I got from Nastya Belaeva term. So they had pillars and they had this kind of things that supported LC and sustainability. But what I also got from this year GCPs from different entities is that we need to have clear focus, and this focus for sure will be OGV, because like globally it's only one product that can ensure growth of entity, like sustainable one. And previous OD model, as we can see, it was based on growth, which was not so suitable for our entity, because to be in cluster 1 you need to grow in each product. That means that even LCs with really small amount of exchange should focus on each 4 products, which means that they can never grow because they have defocus. So that's why I gathered all these GCPs and BCPs and tried to make more suitable model for now. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'll let other people ask you questions. Cool. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, guys, I'm listening. I'm here for you. So
If they won't, I'll ask more. It's okay. Oksana, tell about expansions. Like, what is the current state? And I really out of the context, but I saw some numbers and like some new expansions, like to me, for example, they're performing much better than some old LCs. Do you know why is it happening?
Yeah, cool. I really love expansions. Yeah, that's why I can talk for a long time about it, but stop me if it's needed. Okay, so about expansions. When we just started our term, there was no responsible for expansions, and it was only expansion manager. And we were discussing a lot, should we leave it or not, like, because it was not our focus. But then we decided that we need to try. And what happened? We decided that if we don't have so much focus on it, then we need to have a simple system. And it was basically work with our initiative groups by really strict deadlines. For example, we had a timeline, like recruit leaders till, I mean, like this time. Then if they are not recruited, then okay, we are working only with one person, for example, right? And then when we recruited all leaders, for them we also had really strict deadlines, and we said that okay, if you're not going to follow them, then you're out of the process. And it helped a lot, firstly, to define those leaders that really want to work on opening their LC, and at the same time we boosted the speed of their work. And what also helped a lot is that from the very beginning, when I started to work with the manager, we decided that we are going to run only one product in expansions, which was OGV. And it also helped a lot because leaders of initiative groups, they had a really simple product, which is but it's simple in its processes. And for them it was a simple focus, right? So they had clear goals, they had one focus, and that's why they just made what they needed. And they had strict deadlines. So I think it's like the result that we can see, this is mostly connected firstly with clear focus and strategy. And the second thing is about super clear step-by-step timeline for leaders. And the third thing is also about education, because manager worked really hard on leaders' education. So 3 things. And what is happening for now? We are going to have virtual allocated markets as one of the strategy also inside MC team, and a responsible person for that, who is also going to work with physical expansions. And for physical expansions, what I see as a context for now is that, okay, we know how to work with them till the moment they are opening as official initiative group, but the question is still here, how to work with them when they are in the spirit of transformation from initiative group to LC, right? What will be the expansion model which will ensure that it will be really, how's that, smooth? Yeah, it will be really smooth transition from first year LC to, for example, normal member, right? Normal LC. And what else about virtual allocated markets? Yeah, the main issue here is development of all these digital delivery, because it takes huge amount of energy, time, and everything, because we need to ensure that everyone who are going on exchange from different cities where there is no LC anyway will get delivery of standards. So yeah, for now, I think like till the end of our term, we will develop this delivery, but the expansions model will be the issue still. Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing. So guys, anyone, do you have more questions? No?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, for sure. Hello.
Hi, Oksana. I'm Sumita from India, and I have a question about what is the current state of the communication with the LCPs,
Mm-hmm.
and what have your learnings as the MCVP OD that can help make OD better for 2018 and 2019?
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you for the question. So, about MC to LC communication, uh, for sure we have GCPs and BCPs here. As for GCPs, I think like the best thing that we started to do is that we have really strong subcommittees. That means that we have really cool communication and education of subcommittees and focus on them. And they help us a lot to communicate with the entity. But at the same time, I see that we have, as a BCP, communication from MC to LCs. I mean, there's no clear structure of how MC is communicating with, for example, not only department VPs. I mean, for example, I'm MC VP OGV, right? And I have my department, so I communicate with them. But like, I don't have clear structure on how to communicate with other VPs if they are approaching me. So yeah, there's no clarity on that. And what we have as internal communication system for MC here is that we have Slack, but Slack is only inside MC team, and for LCPs, which is cool. But I think like we can go further, and we can involve more like NSTs and Slack, and maybe I don't know, all subcommittees, because it increases the speed of communication and problem solving. And for future also, about communication with LCs, I think what we miss for now is PM communication, project managers. Like, I do not see how we're, as an MC, communicated with them. Maybe it's not needed for now, but maybe in future, if we want to increase also the speed of engagement, then we need to have something connected with them. I hope I answered. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm waiting for more questions, guys. Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, Oksana, it's maybe not very polite question, but it's very important one.
Okay.
So, why do you think it's gonna work?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that the model will help LCs to grow?
Okay. Why? Because I really and strongly believe that for LCs that are having, for example, more than four. Okay, no, I will not start from this. I will start from the issues and problems. So I think like this model can fix one really important problem, is the focus. I mean, in most of the LCs, they are running all of the products, but they don't understand like what is the focus and which products support another products, and how to make LC sustainable. And in this model, the main thing is to have a clear focus and to have the clarity in each detail. It means that clarity on strategy, clarity on goals, clarity on my internal um, internal okay state. Yeah, internal state. um, so this focus and clarity on strategy will ensure that LCs can firstly um, grow in their focus product, and then, I mean, after one term, I think we need to change not all OD model, but we need to upgrade it for sure, for LCs to grow a lot. I mean, I need to stop LCs from dropping, and they need to have firstly focus and stability. That's why I'm like 100% sure if we implement this OD model, which is simple and understandable, then we can ensure that LCs know how to run operations, and how they can work on their health. And then we need to focus them a lot on operations, like to grow a lot. Yeah.
Okay, and what do you do next? Like, I imagine that you're going to implement this system or the model on the international conference, and like everyone needs to approve it. And I don't know how it happened. Usually, I remember that we approved the model by legislation team, and then what happens? Like, what do you do exactly? Next steps.
So for me, implementation is not happening like once upon a time. It will be somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, for me, implementation it's when we have also strategy on it and percentage of implementation, because for sure we need to change in some else's even structure. That means that first step is just to present. Next step is to ensure that each strategy and structure of LC is supporting them in their growth, like focused one. The next step is to ensure that all our MC services, they are based on clusters and OD model, which means like LC coaching, LC visits, planning and membership criteria, like all these things, they should also be based on the OD model to implement it. Yeah, and like one really important thing here is summer peak campaign, which is also going to happen right after VNC. And in this, in my term, I just need to ensure that I would say 70% of OD model will be implemented, but we can check it only after summer peak. I mean, I can check only my steps fulfillment, but work of OD model we can check only after summer peak. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so what is the one thing that has worked really well for you as the MCVP OD in the implementation of the OD model, like whatever you want to do in this term so far?
Sorry, can you repeat the beginning of the question because I missed it?
Okay, so what is the one thing, according to your plan, that has worked well with the implementation of whatever you want to do with the OD model so far?
Okay, well, I will repeat just to ensure. Okay, so what is the one thing that I'm gonna work on, right? That will ensure the implementation.
Yes, and also, what is the one thing that has worked well for you so far?
What worked? Okay, sorry. Yeah, what worked? Actually, I'm starting to work on OD, like as an OD, only from the beginning of the year. That's why I think like I don't have one thing that happened me like before, helped me before, but the thing that is happening me helping me now is that firstly I have super clear understanding on how to like iterations, right? Which iterations should happen, like one by one steps of implementation. That is firstly clarity on implementation part. I think it's connected with exploring all other entities models and analytics on that. And the next thing is subcommittees, because for now I see strong connections with them, and yeah, they help entity a lot. I mean, with feedbacks, with implementation, with providing needed information from LCPs. So two things. Firstly, it's OD model itself, like clarity on it, and the second thing is subcommittees work. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Yes, guys. So we have 5 minutes more for questions.
Okay, I'll ask the last question. What is the one thing that you continued from the past, like from last year, that is Lorena's term as the MCVP OD, that you would still like to be continued?
Okay, so I think like there are a lot of cool things, but I think like what we need still to continue is that all LC visits they should be also based on super clear understanding of growth path of each LC. I mean, it's really cool when we have understanding as an MC where we want to go, but everything happens on the LC level. right? So we should have this clarity on understanding that each and everything is implemented on LC level. And for now, for example, even when we're speaking about summer peak campaign, right, it's cool to drive it from MC side, but we need to understand how to make it be driven from LC side also. And the second thing is, I think, still the division by clusters. Why? Because it will be more clear for MC how to provide needed MC services for each LC on the best level. So yeah, these two things.
Thank you so much.
So, Oksana, against I have the one question. How will change the profile of the people who is on organization, and how OD model will influence to the process of recruitment? Just because, as I understand, if our main product will be OGV, so it's like super logic that the profile of people in organization will change.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for the question, Anja. So, about profile, actually, I think like the main synergy should also be TM, ODTM. Why? Because even when we have focus on OGV, we need to understand that we need salespeople. Why? Because we are missing it a lot. And looking on GCPs of entities, different ones, we can see that usually they are growing in OGV when they super clear understand the JD and profiles of their people in the local committee level. And the profiles are sales profiles. That doesn't mean that we need to recruit like only guys who can speak really cool and have like understanding of sales funnels and whatever, but it will be just a smooth change in recruitment, even not in recruitment processes, just in some points in profile. I mean, we will add only some skills, I think, and that's all. And we need to add education more. I think like this is our responsibility from LC side and MC side to ensure that people are getting needed education in the sphere. So I think like basically we need to change maybe some education cycle processes and base it more on sales, like B2C, right? One.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and last question.
All right.
Yeah.
No one is asking.
Yeah.
Could you evaluate your experience from 1 to 5, and would you recommend it to your friends?
Okay, from 1 to 5. If we're speaking, okay, I will be super honest. Okay, so if we're speaking about OD, then it's 5, and I will recommend it to everyone. And MC experience, I would say it's 3.5, maybe, and 3 or 3. Yeah, but I still will recommend it to people.
Thank you so much, Oksana.
You're welcome, guys. Thank you for this consultancy. Yeah, I will send all output and I hope to see your applications. Okay, so good luck, guys. Bye bye.